My name is Janine, and you are watching the Food for Yummies official YouTube channel. Are you ready to cook? This week, we are making Thai chicken quinoa bowls. And we are also making turkey meatball and zucchini noodles. So stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can find out how to cook, how to eat, how to stay delicious at Food for Yummies. Let's cook. This is the night before meal prep, beginning of meal prep. So this is gonna go on for 8 hours. I used Momo dressing to season it, no oil. And I got chicken thighs in this crock pot. They're gonna stay on for 8 hours on low. I also use seasoning salt and a little bit of my favorite Trader Joe thingy, which is the soyaki. The nutrition facts on those. I guess probably about a quarter cup altogether, and that's gonna go on low. And we'll see about you in the morning. All right, so it's the next morning, and I am going to be continuing my meal prep today. I started last night because I had something that's going to be going in the slow cooker this week. So if you remember that, that's this chicken right here. So I had chicken thighs to go with my Thai quinoa bowl. So that's one of the meals that's already ready to go to the next step. My meal prep usually takes around like 2 hours, 3 hours. I try to get it under that time because that's just how much time I have on a Sunday morning if I usually do it on Sunday, or if I'm in a real pinch, I'll do it after work on Monday for 3 hours. But today, I have time on Sunday, so here we are. The time you can see right now is just about 9 a.m. And we're going to get started. Also, fun fact, this time I'm getting started with a kitchen full of dirty dishes, but I also tried to clean up while I meal prep so that after I don't have to clean up a bunch. So on the docket today, what you're going to be seeing, I'm going to be making the Thai quinoa bowls with veggies, quinoa, chicken. I'm going to be making turkey meatballs and then also some zucchini noodles. I'm going to show you how weird and gigantic these zucchini look later. You're going to be freaked out. All right, so let's get started. So right now, I'm going to make my turkey meatballs. This is a protein-baked recipe that I got from my nutritionist, but it's really good, and it's also kind of how I made my meatballs before, and I was happy to find out they were healthy. This week I'm using 85/15, which is a little bit higher in the fat content than I normally do, but it was on sale, so that's why I'm going to be using that. I also use quick rolled oats as a little starchy put together stuff. That way I don't have to use that extra egg. And I season it with chopped onion, green pepper, and then I use a little bit of garlic, my seasoning salt, some pepper, and then if I'm feeling a little Italian, I might throw a little Italian herb in there because it is, it's spaghetti, well, zucchini noodles and meatballs. So probably gonna put some Italian herbs in there too. So you're gonna see that as I make it. Now, one of the tricks I usually do while I'm cooking, which is I guess a trick that everybody does, but I'm still finna share it, is I use, like, you see that little bag over there, the little groceries bag? I use a little grocery bag to put all my stink garbage in, so I don't have to take the garbage out more than once a week. I'm single. Y'all know how it is. Like, you don't be having a lot of garbage, so I'm not trying to have a bunch of garbage that stinks. So I use my handy dandy bag, and that's where I put like all the nasty ass. Oh, my bad. All the nasty little meat juice and stuff. So there's that. I'm peeling the onion right now. Found out I don't have any green pepper, so that's a bummer. But I think it'll still taste good because, like I said, we're doing an Italian-style meatball, so I don't really need green pepper. I mean, it would be nice, but it's nothing to go out to the store and break my neck about. So I'm just going to put some onion, nice finely chopped onion. I am going to end up using some garlic. And like those seasonings that I mentioned before, it's going to make a really delicious turkey meatball. Really healthy, really good. And I'm excited about it. If you can't tell, I'm excited about it. The oven is currently preheating. I'm always looking for ways to save time when I'm cooking. One of the big ways that I do that is I preheat the oven while I'm putting whatever's going in the oven. Another super basic tip, but again, if you're a beginner or if you find that cooking, like, it's all these little things that can add up to making things take a longer time than they actually need to, I found that's one of them. Another little trick that you're going to see me use later is while the quinoa is on top of the oven, we're going to have the little chopping or shredding of the chicken on the top of the onion. On the top of the oven. I'm looking at the onion and thinking about the oven. So I like a little more onion, so I'm going to add some more. And again, like, especially for meatballs, if you are cooking for more than one person and you live with people who don't like to see vegetables, I like to make this pretty tiny, like almost just like tiny as possible. So like you get the flavor, but you don't have to see those big giant chunks of onion, especially like because I'll be making the mini meatballs. So we don't have time for big giant onion chunks. We really do not have time for that. So we are not going to include them in our process. Onions used to make me cry a lot. Now I feel like maybe they genetically modified onions so that you don't cry as much, because I find I don't really cry when I chop onions anymore, and that's kind of funny, but yeah, that's what happens. So my onions in, the oats are in. That was 1.5 cup of oats. Now I'm gonna go get the garlic. Should have a little bit of garlic. And I'm going to put that in too. And then we're going to put in our seasonings and then roll them into some balls. So you'll see that too. All right. So it's now time to mix everything up. Whenever I make meatloaf, protein bake, or whenever I make meatballs, which are what I'm making specifically today, I kind of just go by smell as to how good it is. You know the seasonings that your taste buds like. I like things a little on the salty side, but I know that that's not good for me. So I've been adding less salt because I feel like after you finish cooking, you can always add salt, but you can't take away salt. So I use the spoon to kind of just mash those ingredients in. And again, like I know a lot of people use egg. I don't use egg because I do not want the extra egg cholesterol right now. And I found that in using the oats, I really didn't need the extra egg. If you're looking to add protein, of course, you can put the egg. Me, like the way that this is split up for my particular macros, I don't need the egg, so I don't use the egg. And I just mix it with a spoon, mostly because I got a real nice manicure and I don't want all that meat getting under my nails. But it is best to, kind of mix this in with your hands, so I'm going to eventually end up doing that. But you can see it even kind of bind together on its own as I'm mixing it. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my hand now. My hands are nice and clean. But I am going to run the water so that I don't have to feel this icky meat stuff right after. It's freezing cold. Smells very fragrant, so that's how I know like it has enough seasonings in it. If you can't smell it like through the meat, I feel like that's just a red flag that you don't really have enough seasoning. And we all tasted like a nasty meatball before that's like, wow, the sauce is so great and the spaghetti is cooked perfectly al dente, however you like it. And then you have your meatball and it's trash. Like, you gotta smell this before it go in the oven. You have to smell that seasoning. So one more sniff. You see, can't see those flakes anymore, so that's how you know it's mixed through. And we're gonna go ahead and make the balls. So this was 3 pounds, supposed to get 6 ounces per serving. So for me, that's gonna add up to be around 7 servings and probably like one left over for sampling. So we're gonna go ahead and get these all done so that they can be ready to go in the oven, which has already been preheated. And then we'll get started on the next step, which is our quinoa and our noodles. So just as like a little example, this is, I know, I just washed my hands and now I'm gonna touch the meat again, but I just don't like the meat under my fingernails. That's the part that I don't like, so that's what I was getting rid of. So about this size. I use a spoon to help me form it. So this looks nice. And you're pretty much good to go. Good to go. And we'll have a bunch of these. Little meatball. And so here we go. All right, it is time now to make the quinoa. Quinoa, 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 quinoa. But anyway, it's time to make the quinoa. Today, I got red and white. Fun story. So I buy in bulk at Whole Foods because it is cheaper. Some things are cheaper in Whole Foods, so you need to learn that. But anyway. So I buy in bulk at Whole Foods, and for a pound of quinoa is like $3.99. Which you ever shop for quinoa and you see that little bag be like $5.99, maybe 8 ounces. Get to the bulk section and get you your quinoa. But anyway, so white $3.99 a pound, red $3.99 a pound. I definitely did not get a pound, but mixed quinoa. $4.49 a pound. I said, no, I'm going to get me a little bit of white, I'm going to get me a little bit of red, and I'm going to mix it myself. So, rule for quinoa is about 1 cup regular dry yields you like 3-ish cups cooked. So this week I have a 1 1/4 cup for my serving size, so I need, well, I already have 2 days down, so I just need 5 servings, so that's like 6 cups. So I'm just gonna do 2 cups of dry and see where that takes me. It's gonna take me far, and you're gonna watch. So here's quinoa. The ratio is double the water to however many cups you have dry. And the other thing is you gotta rinse quinoa because it has these little weird black things in it that make it taste nasty if you cook it or you don't rinse it. And I've also found this fun tip. You must use, I'm using un caldero, which is helpful because you want like a wider pot so that after it's time to fluff it, like it doesn't get all mushy at the bottom. I found last week when I used a deep pot, it held it, but it was just so mushy at the bottom that it was kind of nasty, and I had to dry it out. So I'm hoping using the wider pot is gonna just like be revolutionary and life changing. So 2 cups of quinoa, 4 cups of water, boil, get to a boil. Then after it gets to a boil, lower it to simmer, and then you cover it with a cover. And then you let it just like simmer for 15 minutes. Then you remove it from the heat, and you let it just sit. You just fluff that, and you let it just fluff and sit, and then you have your quinoa, and that's it. Another suggestion is to like season it before you cook it, because again, I find that it's kind of like bland. Okay. Okay. It is zucchini noodle time. Zoodles. These I got courtesy of the garden. Mwah. Big zucchini. These are from my mom's garden. And these are from my friend's mom's garden. My friend, shout out to Jackie P. But yeah, these are gigantic zucchinis. I don't even know, like, I feel like it's gonna be too much, but it's zucchini noodles, so like it's gonna be fine. Like, but anyway, so I wash these very thoroughly. I rinse my vegetables usually with baking soda. Baking soda! I got baking soda! But anyway, I wash it with baking soda because it gets all the like nastiness from outside off. And then you can feel safe because for zucchini noodles, it's like, I put the green in there too, you know? So, wash it with baking soda. Very safe thing to do. Super safe. Super, super safe. Super safe. Super, super safe. So I just literally sprinkle it directly on the skin and rub it around with some water. And then it feels nice and smooth after. This is for like any of those vegetables that have a lot of outside time, which is like, I guess every vegetable, but you know what I mean? Like the skin, like when you pick it, the skin, it got a little dirt on it, okay? It's got a little dirt on it. You're not going to see the same thing with like corn. So that's what I mean. Those vegetables that just like, they just have a lot of exposure time. I rinse them very thoroughly. And surprise, the quinoa is boiling. So since the quinoa is boiling, that means that I gotta turn it down to simmer, put a cover on it, and let that rock. So I'm gonna do that so I don't have nasty quinoa, because that's the worst. I'm gonna put a cover on it, and I'm trying to get it as low of a simmer as possible. The lower the simmer, the better it is. And then I cover that. My cover's a little, it's seasoned, so it needs help. Anyway, zucchini noodles. This obviously is not going to fit in my noodle maker. So what I'm going to end up doing is, let's see, which side is the side that I want? I think I want bigger side, and I'm going to cut this into smaller pieces so that it's a little bit more manageable. I've never done this with a zucchini of this size before, so I don't know. I don't really know if this is going to work out. We're going to try. Try it this way first. That doesn't fit. This might be a fail. I'm going to reach for my regular size zucchinis and see how that works. Alright, so we're coming down to the wire on the making of the stuff. All the things that are hot are pretty much done. I still got to shred the chicken. I'm cutting up vegetables now. Since I am making the Thai quinoa bowl, I'm going to use red cabbage, ginger, peas, shredded carrots, and cilantro. I like my cabbage small, so I'm just going to double chop it. This is another really fun gadget. This is the Tupperware chopper, and I love it. So what I do is anytime I make a bowl or anything like that, I like to saute my vegetables first. Even though I know that during the week I'm going to microwave it, so I'll make it a little bit undercooked so that I do have that microwave time, it's not soggy and gross. So slightly undercooked, but still cooked. All right, we're finally at plating time. So for plating, I realized that I am gonna have to cut this video a little bit short because I need to go get more of these. But what I usually use is these. I really prefer to use Tupperware, but I'm working on buying some more. Tupperware and Glabware, the difference. Yes, they're both made of plastic, but they're not the same thing. Like, this keeps your food way better. It has a little pop top for when you want to go microwave it. It does not smell like the food that it is. As soon as I know that Glabware is going bad about a month or two, because I'll start smelling the food, even after I wash it, using bleach, blah, 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 blah. So it keeps better. The container's larger. I do prefer Tupperware, but I haven't bought myself a whole full set yet. I just have 5. So I'm going to make 5 servings of the quinoa bowl, which will be a cup of veggies, some spinach, 6 ounces of chicken thigh, and a cup and a quarter of quinoa. For the other meal that I have my zucchini noodles, and then also, again, 6 ounces of the turkey meatballs. So that'll be about, I'm going to do some math, probably like 4 or 5 meatballs, but do the math so that I get it exact, because I want to stay. Because this is not only a plan that, like, I do because I like food and I like the way it tastes and I like cooking because it's relaxing, but also just because I am trying to lose a couple. So nutrition is important. Veggies in the bowl: broccoli, shredded carrots, cabbage, ginger, garlic, delicious, and chicken. Why not? And we add that to our quinoa bowls on top. All right, we're pretty much done with meal prep. So you guys see over here, I just prepped part of the 3 days of the zucchini noodles because I'm not sure how they're going to hold up in the fridge and if they won't get soggy and nasty. So the meatballs are still prepped, and there's sauce on them. I got this really good tasting sauce. It's this penne alla vodka sauce. Freaking amazing, but no pork. Anyway, here they are. You can see everything. And those are the meatballs that I'll use for the other. There's seven meatball meals, and then I only needed 5 of the Thai chicken bowls. So there you have it. Meal prep with Janine. My sink is still dirty, but I was able to do 1 load of dishes, so all I really have to do is just a couple, and the time is 11:07. So I'm gonna wash these dishes. I'm gonna be done. Go to church. I'm gonna work out, and that's my Sunday. My name is Janine, and you are watching the Food for Yummies official YouTube channel. Are you ready to cook?